Welcome to this presentation video. I'm Connie, and on behalf of our team, I would like to share a bit about the process behind our project titled The Quiet Friend, which is part of the minor Sustainable Futures and an entry to the Biodesign Challenge of 2025. So the project began by reflecting on the question, why do we feel so disconnected from nature? And we explored several ideas, such as the way humans often place themselves above nature instead of seeing themselves as part of it, the language we use about nature, describing it as something separate from us, and the idea that we don't even speak the same language as nature. And so we really liked the last idea. If we can't communicate with nature, could that explain why we struggle to feel connected to it? Early on in the process, we brainstormed ideas like creating ways to communicate with plants, literally trying to find a way to speak their language. But then a simple insight from one of our teachers completely shifted our perspective. She said connection doesn't need communication, instead enhance a connection that is already there. And this statement transformed our approach. We realized we didn't need to create something entirely new, and instead the real challenge was recognizing and deepening the connection to nature that already existed within us. And so to better understand this connection, it's necessary to look inward. So that's what we did. A few weeks earlier, during a class called Critical Reading, we had written about our own relationships with nature. And so when we shared these writings with each other, we discovered some striking similarities in how we experience nature. We all experience a common sense of calmness. Nature reduces anxiety and helps us feel fully present. Belonging, being in nature, makes us feel part of something larger, a vast, interconnected ecosystem. And awe, nature's beauty and power, inspire deep feelings of gratitude and wonder. And so we didn't stop at our own experiences. We also read the reflections of our classmates, which added even more depth to our understanding. And across these texts, we saw recurring themes of comfort, harmony, and connection. And so this collective exploration became the foundation of our project. We realized the connection we sought wasn't something new. It was something ancient, rooted in shared experiences that were already a part of us. We believe that the significance of our project lies in addressing a global issue, the growing disconnect between humans and the natural world. Many of us treat nature as a resource to be used or as a place to escape from modern life, but this perspective prevents us from seeing the interconnectedness that binds all living things together. At its core, our project aims to reframe this relationship, and we wanted to remind people that we are not separate from nature. We are nature. So to communicate this message, we created a visual poem, a video that combines visuals and spoken word to evoke an emotional response and inspire reflection. We carefully selected and edited imagery to emphasize the similarities between humans and nature. Using black and white visuals, we highlighted the shared patterns and textures between the two. And by blending and overlaying existing footage, we created a sense of flow and interconnectedness. This choice is deliberate. Rather than showing nature and humans as separate entities, the overlays visually merge the two, symbolizing their unity. The spoken poem was central to the video, softly reminding people of their connection to nature. And to write the poem, we drew inspiration from the personal text of our classmates. And these reflections became a collective experience woven into poetic form. The poem uses gentle, evocative language to invite the audience into a shared narrative. It speaks to the universal feelings of calm, awe, and belonging that nature can provide. And so our aim was not to preach or impose ideas, but to softly inspire reflection, creating space for people to rediscover their connection to the natural world. So why this approach? When considering how to address the disconnection from nature, we wanted our project to stand out. Many environmental campaigns rely on facts, warnings, and calls to action, which often feel confrontational or overwhelming. We decided on a soft approach instead. By creating a reflective and artistic piece, we aim to reach people on an emotional level, and so the visual poem allows viewers to explore their own feelings without feeling pressured to act. Can this help solve the problem? While a single video won't solve the problem of disconnection, it can plant a seed. Art has the power to move people in ways facts and arguments cannot. And so by evoking this emotion and sparking reflection, the video invites viewers to question their relationship with nature and perhaps see it in a new light. An advantage of our work is that the visual poem ties into a larger cultural shift towards holistic and interconnected thinking. And by encouraging people to feel connected to nature, we hope to inspire small, meaningful changes in how they treat the environment and ultimately how they see themselves in relation to it. But of course, we also recognize the disadvantage being the limitation of film. It is a passive medium, and watching a video doesn't necessarily lead to action. But our intention was never to force change, but to open the door for reflection. And while some viewers may remain unmoved, we hope the emotional resonance of the video stays with others and encourages them to explore their connection further. So this project really is the culmination of a journey to understand and deepen our own personal connections with nature, but also to deepen the understanding of our collective relation to nature. And so by combining the reflective imagery and poetic storytelling, we really hope to inspire a sense of awe, gratitude, and belonging. And in the end, we're not creating something new. As I said, we're reminding each other of something ancient, a connection that's always been within us. And so we really aim to plant the seed of a holistic perspective, and one that sees humans not as superior or estranged from nature, but as in tune and interconnected. Thank you so much for listening.